I hear you saying that this whole scenario of dealing with young people needs to be a calling.
Yeah, it's a calling.
It needs
by
to
the
be
way.
a calling.
It is a calling. Like we've been talking in other episodes.
Yes.
And maybe I can give also my personal
Yes.
experience with teens. There's a school I went to recently,
Yes.
and in that school, out of the 100 plus Form 1s, 3/4 of them wanted to, transfer to other schools.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. We just want to do something different today, and all of us here have had experiences with young people, and we want to change the shift. We want to change some of the things that we are doing, and now we want to basically focus on young people, want to focus on the teenagers. And I think before we start just discussing that, I'd like, first of all, our lovely ladies to introduce themselves, and then we can pick it up from there. So maybe I can start from my extreme rights.
Thank you so much. I don't know you had to come to me first. Hello again. My name is Mercy Kibe. This time I want to introduce myself as a teens counselor and mentor. I think that is what you're talking about
Yes.
today, and I think I love these young people. They have so much energy, they have so much going on in their lives, and much as it affects them at most negatively, I think they still have a lot of potential within themselves to be able to harness that and bring us something so concrete. So I think I'll be looking forward to a beautiful conversation right now.
All right, lovely.
Yeah.
So my lovely lady.
Hi everyone, welcome back to this setup. I'm always home with these lovely ladies. My name is Coach Rose D. I'm the founder of the Transformation Arc Hub, and just like Mercy has said, I would also like to venture into the young girls and boys, more so girls. There's so much that I'm doing currently with the young girls, including from where I live, that is our estate. I mentor a group of about 8 girls where we meet each week, and I'm taking them through some of these life skills. And apart from that, I'm also doing, one-on-one mentorship. So I think I'm home and I'm ready to discuss this. I'm also a mother of teens, and yes, I'll be sharing more through this forum.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, lovely. Thank you. Well, I think I also need to give you my experience. This is a burden for many of us. Basically, we've had conversations with young people in the churches and in our local estates and even in schools, where we have basically, I have interacted with young girls and a few boys here and there, and we feel that it's a high time that we actually took time off and really concentrated on some of these issues that young people are having. Because one of the things we've realized is that we are so busy in our life that we are bringing up children and we are almost forgetting what the main core purpose of being a parent is all about. And for many of us traditionally, parenting was not just left to the father and the mother. It was a community thing. And so basically, when they say history repeats itself, I think that's where basically we are going. We're going back to the basics of somebody out there just taking time out to take stock of what these young people are going through, and someone who's willing to basically invest in them and find out what can I do for these young people that we have. And that's what we are, basically all about. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of us doing this kind of stuff in the near future. So let me just check with Mercy, because I know Mercy has a thing with young people thoroughly. She does look young if you look at her. So basically, Mercy, just give us an idea of the kind of work that you do with the young people.
Basically, but the looks can be deceiving. I don't buy that. I think I began my journey with teens, since the year 2009. A friend of mine just called me for was it a preaching in a church setup? So if those of you who don't know me, I do that sometimes.
Good.
Yes, and so when we went there, we started ministering to youths and teenagers, and then with time it just became like a routine. Every time we were going, we began in Mwingi, and we would go and go and go, and I was like, I think this is becoming my thing. I think I found a home, and it was one of the most successful stories I've always told is one of a school called Katuyu Primary School. When we went there, the kids could not communicate in anything else other than Kikamba, and it was a bit enough for us, because now I can understand, no, but not everything.
Okay.
And then you need someone to like go down there to their level and get them talking and communicating. You can imagine after 3 sessions, the next time we went there, a girl stood up and told us she wanted to be the president of this nation.
Oh, wow.
And she was speaking in fluent English.
Nice.
And I was like, if this is what it means getting out of my comfort zone and going out there and giving someone hope, then it is worth doing it.
All right.
And also understanding that we don't do it for profits.
Yes,
That's something people need to understand.
Yes.
When you're dealing with teenagers, it has nothing to do with profits. It has everything to do with what you want to instill in someone.
The impact.
The impact that you're creating in someone. You want to see these young people blossom into something different, harness their energy and strength, because they have so much. Some of them are so much contained. So if you are able to just go down to their level and just be able to talk with them and have a conversation with them, understand where they are coming from, and then direct them into the right direction, then it becomes something that you always be looking forward to.
Oh, wow.
So that
that's
has
nice.
been my journey since 2009. I've been in Mwingi, I've been to Kitui, I've been to Kilifi, Embu, Kiambu, and I think I've also been to Bungoma. I don't know where next should be going, and I'm so happy that you guys are coming in here, because I think we're gonna do more tours.
Oh, lovely.
That's what
That's
it's gonna be.
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do more tours, and we're gonna reach out to more people and see that this becomes like a movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
People
Okay.
coming out and saying we want to do it, not because we are gaining anything, but because we want to have a generation that is responsible and bridge the gap that is coming in.
I hear you saying that this whole scenario of dealing with young people needs to be a calling.
Yeah, it's a calling.
It needs
by
to
the
be
way.
a
It is
calling.
Like we've been talking in other episodes.
Yes.
And maybe I can give also my personal
Yes.
experience with teens. There's a school I went to recently,
Yes.
and in that school, out of the 100 plus Form 1s, 3/4 of them wanted to, transfer to other schools. And when I asked the principal if I could maybe have a session with them, a coaching session with them, she was so gladly willing for me to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
And when I interacted with those kids, some of those issues that they brought up, they were more of personal issues. Things that are from the inside other than the outside.
Yeah.
No much of the environment, but they were projecting mostly what can be handled from a point of self-awareness, let me say that. Because they could say, I feel so-and-so doesn't like me. The way I was approached, when I came to this school, I didn't get a good reception from the teachers, from the pupils. That is the environment. But when you sit with them down and you ask, what makes you think the other person doesn't like you? Is when now they tell you, that is what I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that tells you a lot. It is
Yeah.
not the environment, but more of themselves.
Okay.
So if we can be able to, help them get to know more about themselves, create that self-awareness in each and every teen, in each and every child, then I'm sure we'll be heading places. Like you said, it's not about making profits. Yes, we are professionals, and at the
Yes,
end of the day, we need to
absolutely.
meet our daily,
That's true.
our day-to-day bread. We need to get our day-to-day bread. But again, look at the bigger picture. If you get to see, more of good performance from your TV stations, other than the suicide issues that we are hearing, would you be proud?
That's true.
And I
Would
think that
be.
is now the calling that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You feel that there's something that you need to do to a certain child or to so many of the children, so that they get to know more about themselves. They get to look at the goal other than the challenges. They're able to even
Yes.
tackle the challenges.
Yeah, that's true.
And be able to meet the goal that has taken them through
I love that bit. I love that bit because what you're trying to, what you're bringing out is that a lot of the issues that we're seeing right now, which we'll probably identify just a few, is that this is just the surface.
Yes,
You know, so it's a situation where as a group, as a team, it's going out and saying, fine, this is what is being projected as the issue. But when you get down into, you know, getting down, we're almost saying getting down and dirty, is to find out what exactly is making this person say the things that they're saying. Young people are already having an identity crisis.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I want to do this, I want to be this, am I a boy, am I a girl, can a girl like me, can a boy like me, you know, so it's a situation where what else can I do? Now, we at this particular moment, kids are home on midterm.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, many parents are like, can the schools open and they go back? You know, they're clearing my fridge for those who have fridges that are full.
Just from the toilet
You
to
know.
the dining to
Exactly.
the sitting room remote.
So,
I'm
I'm talking from experience.
yeah, I have things in the house.
All right. So even as we you know, we talk about this and, you know, try and wrap up this, because I know this was just an introductory session. What would you tell parents right now as their kids are at home and or they'll probably come back home in the next few weeks? What would you tell parents for these young people who are coming back from school and they're at home?
For me, I don't know how I would put it in English. But
You have the words in Swahili.
no, I even don't know. But what I'm trying to tell them is not everything that you see appears to be what it is. Do I make sense?
Even on social media, most of us don't portray
Who we are.
100% of what.
Exactly.
We only show a fraction, maybe like 10%.
True,
true.
90. I will not go on social media and tell people I have debts.
Yes.
I will not go on
No.
social media and tell people that I cannot be able to fuel my car.
Yes.
But what I project there, you might,
It's a perfect.
you know, a perfect like, and then they get confused. They think that is how, you know, we
Yes.
live.
Yes.
I'll give an example. For example, how many people take photos immediately they wake up? You
No,
know,
but
so
nobody
that's a
wants
whole
to.
I'll
idea.
try and post one. And
So as parents, what do you want? What do you want parents to know
Yes.
now that the kids are at home? I'll
And
give you a second
yeah, and
and I give you
that's
this,
why
yeah?
that's why I was saying not everything appears to be what it is.
Okay.
And they need. I think just yesterday I was having just this one-on-one conversation, and someone said that a certain, let me just withhold the name, a certain head teacher sent kids home because some of them had self-cuts, you know, and they were wearing such bring-brings and the waist. Do I call them
The
bands, waistbands,
the
yes.
waistbands and the ankle bands. And the head teacher apparently just had to do with the students from school. And I was a bit livid by that because I was saying sometimes you need to look at things from a different perspective.
We are in a different generation.
Yes, because if you always say this, you know, I don't know, I think it was like it's cultic or something. But when I see a teenager who is self-cutting, it leaves more to the eye.
Yeah.
There's something going on. This is a child who's trying to express themselves and
Yeah.
feel pain
Yeah.
in a manner that they see that pain and they can associate and remember that pain.
Okay. Okay.
So I think for me, I would like to tell parents, take a little time to know your child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
okay.
There are kids who always be in baggy clothes, long sleeved. You never know what they are
They're
going
hiding
on.
inside.
Yeah, they're
That's
hiding inside.
true.
And when you see such self-cuts, you know something is going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had a teenager who told me, and she had so many self-cuts. She had cut herself, and it looked like a tattoo. And I was like, "Your mama has never seen this?" And she just saw it recently. So for how long have you been cutting yourself? Since class 7 or 8 or so? And this is a child in Form 3, and the mother has never seen it. Why? Because she's always in long sleeved. So it can tell you how much the daughter
There's
and the
no
mother
interaction.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
How often do you get to see your child? How
That's
often do
true.
you get that personal with your child?
Okay.
The other,
Okay.
the other portion would be sometimes let's also stop controlling everything.
Okay.
Let them express themselves.
Okay.
These kids are stressed. You know?
Yeah.
You don't tell me these kids have been to school, and then come poof and books again.
Yeah.
Allow them to breathe for once. If your child is not performing well, don't go bashing them about the much money you're paying. We know you're coughing a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a choice also as a parent you took to take that
true.
child there.
That's true.
Then again, you need to ask yourself, why is my child not performing in the manner that they ought to be performing?
Okay.
And I'll tell you for free, most of the children don't perform well because they carry so much from home.
That's
Yeah.
a story for another day. That's
Yes.
a story for another
I'm
day.
not going back.
That's a story for another
So
day.
also
yes.
how parents carry themselves and behave at home
Yes.
contributes over 70%.
Yes.
That's true.
Of
Yes.
how
The
these children
environment
go
at
back to
home,
school.
because they carry that to school every
Yeah.
time they are going back to school.
Yeah.
So we really need to watch how we speak to ourselves in front of them and how we behave, how we
Yes.
treat them.
Yeah.
Like you've said, let's engage so much with
Yeah.
our
Yes,
kids.
yes,
Okay.
My advice to our parents is
Yes.
that even as you take time knowing your child, take also time to know yourself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yeah,
Ensure that you
absolutely.
fill your cup so that you can be able to pour to your children's cup.
Right.
And I'll say this: some of these basic values that we're supposed to, get from our homes,
Yes.
like kindness, care, love. These are some of the basic values that we should be preaching in our homes, so that even as they go to school, they're able to know that I'm supposed to love this other person, I'm supposed to take care of this other person, I'm not supposed to say bad words to this other person,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
that
that's
even as they
true.
stay in school, they stay in harmony and they look towards the goal that has taken them there
Yeah,
to
that's
perform better. That would be my parting shot.
And
Alright,
maybe
lovely.
before you go there,
Yeah.
I think we have had this notion of when we are talking about teens coming out, especially when they're in holidays or midterms,
Yeah.
and bringing things together. I know there's been a notion of threesome, some chaotic and orgies going on, but I also want to encourage parents that as long as they have someone responsible for those
Yes.
teenagers, it's good to allow them to go out there and meet a neutral party.
Yeah.
Someone who is not directly related to them, someone they can open up
Like
to.
a professional,
Yes.
like
Yes.
you must be, like
Yeah,
you.
that's,
you know?
that's true, by the
Yeah.
way.
And just know that when you give that teenager to this person, they are responsible for the care of that child. But
Okay.
also understanding that these people can be able to reach deeper
Yeah.
and at a more personal level than how, as a parent,
Yeah,
that's
you
sure.
can be able to reach out to.
And you have
Wow.
the skills, you have the knowledge,
Yes.
you have the tools. Like when I went to
Yes.
that school,
Yes.
it was so easy for me to talk to the children. And can you imagine, I was there, when was it? Last week on Tuesday. None of them wants to transfer.
That's,
Absolutely.
And
you
they're
see,
looking
that's the
forward to more
impact going
sessions
back
with
to
me.
school.
Thank
Yeah, that's
you.
lovely.
It is just engaging them and
Yes.
trying to understand them as they, of course they are growing, they are not sure of what is happening to themselves.
Yes.
It's upon us like to tell them this is what
this
it
is what's
is.
going on. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. All right, Bavius, I as you can see, this is such a heavy thing, a heavy topic, and we all kind of heavy with a lot of stuff that we need to share. So I can tell you there
didn't
is
tell
so
us about
much
your story.
more. Okay, my story, since this is an open conversation,
Yes.
I
Sorry
basically
for attacking you.
yeah, that's why we are friends when we do this. I think for me it's because I've dealt with young people in schools who basically want to know who they are. So for me, in terms of how kids are at home, I would look at it where parents really, like what you've said, take time to spend, to take time and be away from your regular and be with your kids.
Okay.
I know people are, we're all parents here.
We are
We're
career
all
women.
making money, and it's kind of good to make money.
Yeah.
It even feels better when you're
Oh, it
spending the
feels
money.
nice.
But what's the point of spending money
Yes.
on your children's medical stuff
Yeah.
or going for it is good to go for counseling and everything, but it's important to try and
Prevent
spend
it.
time enough to prevent some of these things.
Yeah.
Take time, go for swimming with your kids. That's when you get to know.
Go for a walk in
I love
Karura.
the weather right now as it is. Let them go and sweat it out.
Yes,
Remove
true.
the sweaters. Look at their thighs. Is there anything that's going on?
Yes.
So there is a lot that parents can do, but most importantly, love your children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Not everybody is privileged to have
covers a
children.
multitude of sins and
Learn to
shortcomings.
love your children in an appropriate manner.
Thank you.
Let it be so appropriate that the kids know that this is love, so that nobody else will give them another definition of love that they will easily be waylaid or they'll be swayed. So guys, thank you. This is all the time we have for now. Trust me, there's so much more that is going to come from us. See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.